Do you have too much stuff in your house? Do you sometimes come home with groceries and find the counters already covered with things? Well, I am going to tell you why you should declutter your life now. And if these things don't convince you, well, I'm not sure what else would. The best thing I ever did was declutter my house, my entire house from corner to corner. Best thing I ever did for my house and my sanity. So let me tell you, I have experience going from all the stuff down to, just what I need or love was very, very enlightening and beneficial for me. Now, one thing about stuff is it likes to get legs and come back in. So decluttering is an ongoing process, but once you start, it becomes just part of your life. And there are so many reasons why it is beneficial to declutter not only just your stuff, but your life in general. The first reason should certainly give you, maybe that's a good idea. Some of these things that you can get rid of that you no longer want or need could turn into cold hard cash. And if you have been to the grocery stores lately, or maybe the gas station, or just having to purchase anything, regular bills, then you've noticed that things have gone through the roof. I think it's hilarious that a year ago I did a video and said that prices were starting to rise at the grocery store, and I had some people comment go, "No, it's just normal. That's not that much." "Oh, really? How you feeling now?" Budget still the same? There are a lot of things that are in your house, and there are a lot of thrifty people looking for maybe the thing that you have that you want to get rid of or you no longer need. Why not turn that into cold hard cash? Cash in your pocket right now is a great thing because it seems to be leaving my pocket a lot quicker and more rapidly than a couple of years ago. The second reason you should declutter your life now is when you have less things to clean and organize. Less time cleaning, more time back in your pocket. Maybe you can use that time to turn a hobby into a business, to spend quality time with your family, to start taking care of yourself. When you have less things, there's less things to worry about. And for me, that is, gold right now. Less things to stress and worry about makes me happy. Number 3 is by removing the things that you don't want, need, or love, you start realizing the things that you really do appreciate in your life. Even going as far as removing people that aren't helping you or moving you along, you will start to see the people who rise up, who do benefit you, who do help you to grow, who do cheer you on and support you. That's the same thing with just decluttering your things. You make room and you open up space to re-enjoy the things you already have. Let's say your living room is covered in books and magazines and all kinds of things, but there's family board games way back in the corner of that TV console. You realize how much you loved playing those games with your family, how much good quality time, and let me just say also free activity it is. You rediscover that those are down there and you start putting and implementing a family game night. How fantastic is that? You are opening the doors, making more room for all of the fun things and activities you love. Number 4, I would say, is probably the most impactful psychologically. And it is you become more intentional with what you bring back into your home. You realize how much stuff you wasted, this thing used to be money is one of my favorite sayings. You pick this thing up, well, that used to be cash. Now it's something that I don't even care about. But at the time when you were at Target and it was super cute, you had to put it in your basket, right? But you realize that you no longer just pick up things without knowing a why. You're very intentional about your purchases. And it is a really, really cool kind of change of pace from the huge commercialism that we are kind of fed. We need this, we need this, we need this. We're shoved Instagram posts and Facebook ads and, commercials. If we ever, can get past to the skip button on a commercial, it's all just shoved in our face that we need it. But when you realize that you've done this big declutter, it almost is like a complete shift in your mindset. And keep in mind, I did this about 4 years ago, some 4 years into it. And it still is very much a part of when I am out. If I'm out shopping or grocery store, or shopping for back to school things, or for work clothes for myself, I'm very, very intentional about what I actually take to the checkout line. Number 5 is somewhat hilarious sometimes when you're decluttering and you rediscover what you already have. You start to sense a pattern when you're buying multiples of multiples and you clean out and you're like, oh, I already had a pair just like that. Well, if you declutter on a regular basis, then you will discover this. Now, keep in mind, life gets in the way. Things happen, and even the best person who's trying to simplify and declutter on a regular basis can do what I've done. This past week, I found a secret stash of spaghetti sauce. I had been buying spaghetti sauce, especially when it was on sale. And then I'm like, oh, I already have plenty of spaghetti sauce. Probably don't need to buy any more. But if I had been decluttering the pantry area a little bit better or more often, I might have known that I had plenty. Now that is one area, the pantry, that is in a constant rotation and things get shoved to the back that you probably need to put more on like a quarterly basis, declutter, pull everything out and put it back so you know what you got. Number 6 is that you gain a sense of freedom. What you don't realize about all of this stuff is, even bringing clutter back into your house, is that it takes away from your time. It takes your time because you are having to clean it. You're having to organize it. You're having to look through it to find the thing that you bought, and it's taking your time. It's controlling you. The other thing that it's doing is controlling your money, because again, that thing used to be money. So when you start to declutter, you take back control from the stuff in your house, because the stuff can begin to overwhelm and absolutely control you, control your mind, because you're always thinking about having to clean it, go through it. It drives you crazy because it looks so disorganized. So doing this, if this is the only reason you declutter is to take back control and reduce some of that stress, then that's reason enough right there. Number 7 is that you inevitably save a lot of money. Again, how I talked about earlier, when you become very intentional with your purchases, it creates a change in your way of thinking. It is almost as if there's, I kind of think about like a ticker, the little Wall Street stock market exchange, or even a plane flying by with a tag with a saying on the back advertising something. It almost kind of just goes across your mind before you buy something, and it interrupts that unconscious behavior of just mindlessly spending. It creates a blockage, or almost as if you think about somebody physically shaking you. Decluttering may seem so basic, so we do it all the time, same as mopping a floor, but it really is not. There's so much more to it in your mindset that changes when you do this. I can't emphasize that enough. It really does create a different mindset within yourself regarding your financial life, your stuff, your stress, your time, and it creates a big change and a ripple effect through your life is the best way that I can try to explain it. So tell me down in the comments below, have you decluttered and have you seen the same kind of results that I've been speaking about, of the reasons why others should declutter, and that it's not just some basic thing. Let me know down in the comments how you felt the first time or ongoing years later of being kind of more not minimal, I don't want to say minimal, but simple living, or more intentional with what you bring in or have within your household. Let me know. I would love to read it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back for more videos.